Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, JDM. Get the tapper going, my brother, my soul brother. Good morning. Thank you for the ice cream cone. Let's go. Let's go. SSS. Simply. I can't think of a last S. Good morning. Good morning. As we're coming in, tap. We know the drill. Tap, tap, tap. Share, share, share. Do all the things. Good morning. It's working. I see it. I see it, my brother. My brothers, my sisters. Travis, good morning over there on the tubes. Tomorrow is Monday. Are we excited that tomorrow is Monday? Hi, Bella girl. Special Forces. Hello, Ayala. How are you? I'll see you in a little bit, sweetie pie. I love you. The little one was trying to sneak down into the den. Good morning. The glasses are on the board. The glasses are on the board. I'm doing good. Thank you so much. Hello, Superman. How are you? Good morning, JJ. Hello. Mama scooped her up. Were you green last week? Yes. Good morning, Superman to the moon. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? How are we doing? It's Sunday. It's Sunday. Hello, lock 'em up. How are you? Hello, HYX. Good to see you. Good morning, my YouTubers. TASH Tash with the roses. Thank you so much for the roses. We got to hammer these sunglasses, everybody. We got to get these over with. Hammer them. Your advice is spot on. I agree with you. Thanks for your help. Thank you, Anya. Good to see you. Good to see you. I want to say welcome to all the new VIP members from yesterday. Congratulations. You made a very smart and educated decision. It is good to see all the new VIPers in there. Good morning, Rosetta. How are you? Yes. Hello, Leanie. Tap, tap, tap. We are at 3,000 likes. We got to get those likes up, everybody. We got to hit above 200,000, around 200,000. If you want to know what we're looking at, right here, the SPY. And that is the time frame that we are looking at right in the back here, okay? As we flip through, that'll be the 5 minute, the 15, okay? This will be AMD. Whoops. All right, this is AMD. See it in the back? All right, that's where you're going to find what we are looking at, my beauties. My beauties. We got some narrow states for tomorrow. What does that mean? We are narrow on some of these. What does that mean, my traders? What are we, what does this mean? Narrow. We're going to have a few of these tomorrow, I think. Keep tapping, my beauties. Tap, tap, tap. Share, share, share. If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button. We are on every day, Monday through Sunday. We're going to get started here in a little while. Rosetta, we do everything. Simon says, with the boxing gloves. Thank you, my Simon. Thank you for the follow, user. And Christina, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Remember, folks, after you follow me, I will never DM you. Those are just fake accounts. Block them or report them, okay? This is my only account that you are on right now, all right? Also, Aditya, good to see you. If you are here for the first time, all we ask that you do throughout the live is tap the screen, share the live, and donate when you can. Today's goal, right? The first goal is the sunglasses. Those are on the board. We got to hammer them sunglasses, all right? Hello, Geaton. Good to see you. Simon says with the heart me. Thank you so much, Simon. So let's get to work, everybody. Right now, we are in a narrow state tomorrow. So that means we're going to get some type of good move out of Miss Market. When we put these white lines in, everybody, these are the whip zone levels, okay? These levels you learn all about in our VIP education community. Now, if you want to get into our VIP education community and learn how to trade professionally and the right way, okay, you are going to head over to the VossTrading.com. I just want to get this out of the way. The VossTrading.com, you can click the link in our bio or just type that into the browser. These are your whip zone levels. For the first 15 minutes of the day, we are not trading inside the whip zone because you're just going to be whippy, okay? You're not going to go anywhere. We must get over the whip zone to the upside or under the whip zone to the downside. 8-figure goat with the sunglasses. Lino Rocha with the money gun. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget, super chats are open over there on the tubes. Now, we're going to go up the board. These are the higher time frames now. You can see right here what time frame we're on. We know on the SPY, under the whip zone, we have major support here tomorrow at 656. Mark that down, 656, first level of support on the SPY. We also know on the hourly chart tomorrow, we also have the 20 in the way in the same spot, 656, under the whip zone. So we know with high confidence and confirmation, we have major support on SPY at 656 tomorrow, okay? Now, is it possible that we get a gap down under 656? It sure is. And then what would happen if we gap down tomorrow, my beauties, on SPY? Let's say the bell opens right here around 655. What does this 200 now become? It was support under the whip zone. What is it now if we're coming back to the upside? What do we call that now? Anybody know? Anybody? Andrew with the heart me, thank you. It is now a resistance, correct. What was once support is now resistance if we gap under that support level, all right? And on the 1 hour, it will also be now resistance coming back up into that zone. So we got to see what position we open tomorrow on SPY, all right? So remember, that is major support on SPY. To the upside on SPY, above 659 to the upside, you're going to watch your whole numbers here, 660, 661, 662. Remember, what percentage of all new highs fail? What percentage of all new highs fail? Can anyone tell me? What percentage? 70% of all new highs will fail over and over again. So make sure you keep that in mind when you are trading, okay? We're going to head over to Tesla to the moon. It's not going to the moon, my beauties, all right? It's not going to the moon. All roads lead back to the 20. That is your daily, okay? Just like you weren't going to the moon here, 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 you're not going to the moon, all right? Just like on Oracle, I told you weren't going to the moon. Tesla tomorrow, you will open up in a neutral state. For those of you that are new here, hit that follow button. We are on every day, Monday through Sunday. What you are going to learn in our VIP to start off your journey, your real trading journey, because right now you don't know anything, state and position. All right, this is what you're going to learn first in the VIP. State and position. Without knowing what this means, you will never be a consistent, profitable trader. On Tesla, we know under 390.65, we have our first level of support at 371. That is on the 5-minute chart, all right? 371. Now we're going to look for double confirmation. And at 370.42, under 371, we have our next level of support on Tesla. So mark those levels down. 371 and 370.42. Mark them down, okay? As we come back up the board on Tesla to the upside, above 396.60, you will have room up to 412. 412, mark that down, and then 422 on Tesla. Now, my beautiful traders, let's ask you all this question, okay? Are we ready? If we gap up on Tesla, let's say to 412 tomorrow morning, are you taking that long out of a neutral state? Yes or no? Are we taking that out of a neutral state to the upside? Why not? Why are we not taking that long? Marcus with the heartbeat. Yes, Rob. Sue Felicia, thank you for the heartbeats. Andrew the Believer. Yes, thank you for the heartbeat. Folks, we got to hammer these sunglasses because you are coming out of position 3 in a neutral state. You're not going anywhere. You're going to pull back on this, okay? You will pull back here on Tesla, coming back right here. This will be your 50%, 408. This level right here will be crucial if we get a gap up into position 3. Crucial level. Why is that such a crucial level? Why is the 50% so crucial on your retracement? Does anybody know why? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Ooh, Simon says with the sunglasses. Sandra with the heartbeat. Yes, thank you so much. Let's go. This is the key retracement level. If you can hold the 50, you can look for another play to the upside. Under the 50% with a retest, you're going to get a break of structure, and you're coming back to the top of the whip zone right here at 396. You must know your retracement levels at all time, my beautiful traders. Okay? Does everybody understand this? You must know your retracement levels. Retracement levels. Are we ready? There's your position 3. Okay? You're not going long. You are coming back down out of position 3. Okay? You are coming back there. Stock market LNE, you don't have any clue about the state of your stock. I could just tell by your comment. No clue. And most traders don't have a clue. You're just guessing every day, right? Here's our 50% level coming back up. No, you didn't break it with a retest. Back to the downside, okay? So you must know your retracement levels. Folks, you make this more harder on yourself than what it really is. Is trading hard? Yes, it is very hard because we get in the way. Price action is price action. The market runs on a cycle every single day. It's the same cycle to the upside and to the downside every single day. Does everybody get this? Okay? I can tell when you're saying break resistance, break support. Most of you don't even know what a break of resistance and support is. Most traders think this. Are we ready? Most traders think we broke the 28 and 200. No, you didn't. That's a poke through. You didn't break duty. That is just a poke through. Just because it goes above it doesn't mean you broke it. You must retest it, my beauties. You must retest it, my beauties. Okay? That is what you must do. The majority of you are guessing, but you don't want to admit that you're guessing, so you start throwing these terms you hear on YouTube, nonsensical terms, all right? Materialistic terms. And the reason people do this is a couple reasons. The majority of people love the idea of being a trader. They love the idea of being a trader, but the majority will never become traders. Okay? And why will the majority of people never become an actual trader, a consistent, profitable trader? They love the idea of trading, okay? They love the materialistic terms, opening range breakout, fair value gap, support and resistance. They love the idea, but they're never going to do it. They will never be able to conquer themselves. And why is that? Why is that, everybody? And the reason you will never become a trader is one simple reason. You just don't have the discipline. Okay? You just don't have the discipline. You're looking to get rich quick scheme, baby. The market's going to make me rich. It's not. It's going to make you more broke. This is the golden goose of trading. The golden goose, okay? That is what you must have. And majority of you just won't have it. You will not be able to do it. Sorry. I always told you I'm going to be honest with you, okay? What's up with whole numbers? Whole numbers are right here. 235, 236, 237. This is major support and resistance levels, whole numbers. Major psychological support and resistance. Every time you see a rejection, most of the time it's coming off of a major whole number, and you'll learn all of that in the VIP. Remember to get in the VIP. It is open for now. It may not be open later. We may close it later, okay? You're going to head over to thevosstrading.com. That is where you're going to go into the VIP, and we are going to teach you how to trade correctly. The guessing on how to trade will be over for you. You will start to learn how to actually trade. Will you have the discipline to keep going? I don't know. Because here's what's happening right now with most traders. And then we're going to continue putting our whip zone levels in. Right now, for those of you that do journal every day, your trades, if you look at your equity curve, I can guarantee you it looks something like this. It's not going up. It is going down because you're losing all the time. Okay? So that is what your equity curve pretty much looks like for a lot of you. When you join the VIP, let's say right around here, your equity curve is still going to come down because we have to break through the ego of you thinking you know what you're doing, but you don't. And then we have to get you to start listening, which you eventually will do. Then you're going to start flattening out your equity curve. And then we're going to start having you slowly go this way, okay? And the reason this is because during this phase, after you get into the VIP, we have to clean up your mess. And what we have to do is get rid of all the nonsense that you think you know. It's that simple. Make sure we're tapping the screen, everybody. We are at 16,000 taps only. Please tap the screen over there on YouTube and on TikTok. Tap, 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 tap. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And then right around here is where you finally realize you don't know what you're doing, and what we teach you, the blueprint works. And then we start going in that trajectory to the upside. So the first thing we have to do in the VIP is we got to fix your risk management, because right now you don't have any, right? You don't have any. How many of you in here, how long have you all been trading in here? Put it in the chat. We don't use EMAs, Alexander. Good morning, Haki. Good to see you. Should I use Robinhood? Never. How long have you all been trading? Put it in the chat. 1 year, 2 years, 1 month, 2 weeks, never. What do we got here? 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, 2 years, 6 months, 3 months, 9 years, 8 months. Good job, user. 2 years, 8 months, 3 years. Okay. For those of you who are in the VIP, have we helped you dramatically with your trading since you started trading? Have we helped you dramatically? 3 Bez with the rose, user with the heartbeat, the goat, yes, Marcus, thank you, Jessica, Simon says, thank you. Yes, 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 good, okay. And the first thing we have to do, 6 years, Ayush, okay, Rosetta, 2 weeks, all right. We have to clean up your risk management because right now you don't have any. So most traders right now, when they get into a trade, they have no clue when they're getting out. No clue. That's not said at all. They're just hoping it goes in their direction to the upside. They have no clue when they're getting out. And when it starts going against them, they hang on for dear life. They start praying, all right? And then it turns into a complete mess. So right now, for a lot of you, you have a bucket that's leaking, all right? And until we clean up this risk management mess and we close the leaky bucket, all right, here's your bucket. Until we can close the leak in your bucket and, close that sieve right there, you're not going to do well in the market. So risk management is the first thing. Right now, your losers, okay? Let me do this for you. Your losers are bigger than your winners. Those are your losers. I can guarantee you right now, you're all saying, yes, that's exactly what's happening. These are your losers, and these are your winners. You will never be consistently profitable at the end of the month. Your goal is to be consistently profitable at the end of every single month. You got to be green at the end of the month. Forget about the weeks. Forget about the days. We work in months, all right? You can't analyze trades over a week or over a day. You're going to still make those same mistakes over and over and over again. So we analyze it over the month. Everyone with me so far? Mr. Dave, hello. Yes. And we got 5 more sunglasses, everybody, here in TikTok. We got to hammer the rest of these sunglasses. Let's go, let's go. Joe Trobolino, thank you for all the follows, everybody. So in order to make your winners bigger than your losers, we got to focus on your risk. And we have a whole education course on risk management that's going to blow your mind in the VIP. Once we're done with risk management, we have to work on your entries. Because right now, none of you know what the market cycle is. And you can't enter a trade without knowing what part of the cycle you're on. Because then you're just guessing the nonsense. So if you don't know market cycle, you have no clue when to enter a trade. You may think you know when to enter a trade, but I can tell you, my beautiful traders, you don't. Okay? You have no clue when you're entering. And the third thing we are going to work on with you is maximizing what? Profits. Because once we get you taking correct risk, once we get you taking correct entries and you see that your trade is starting to work, the next problem most traders have is maximizing profits. And what do you think the biggest problems are when it comes to maximizing profits? And this is the one right here we are going to work on, including myself, for the rest of our lives. Cleaning the risk and the entries up is easy. Maximizing the profits is where the problem comes into play. So what are some of the big problems that people have when it comes to maximizing their profits? Donna Lewis, all our classes are recorded. You have over 60 hours worth of classes in the VIP. And every Tuesday and Thursday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, I give live training in the VIP training room twice a week. And those are recorded for the most part. Joe Trobolino with the sunglasses. Yes. Thank you, Joe. So you either sell too early or you stay in too long. That is what maximizing profit problems are. Because once you start getting good entries, and we teach you the good entries on the proper market cycle, and your stock starts going in a direction, and you're like, oh my God, it's finally going in my direction. Because right now, for a lot of you, you get into a trade and it goes the other way. You get into a trade and it immediately goes the other way. That's going to come to an end once we train you. So you're in a trade now, but you don't know when to get out. Maximizing profits, because you're not used to being in a trade long and actually having it win. So you get nervous, and then we get greedy because you think it's still going to go to the moon. It's not going to the moon. There's a market cycle. This trade is going to turn over on you. All right? Rosetta, the link is in my YouTube bio, or just go to thevosstrading.com. That's how you get into the VIP. Right here, everybody, thevosstrading.com. So you're either too greedy and you stay in the trade too long, or you get in the trade, you're so happy, you get out too early. So you need to know your risk to reward before you enter a trade. Before you enter any trade, you must know your risk to reward. And we're going to teach you how to do that because you're going to know what setups to look for. So as you see your trade developing on price action on your chart, you are going to start doing your risk to reward, because in about 2 minutes, you're going to get your event to enter the trade. And we're going to teach you all about events, okay? So let's say you are taking this trade right here to the upside. Right here. You're going for a long right there. You're going to know to take a long there once we train you. Based on this entry, you will know what your risk to reward is. You need to know what you're risking. If you don't know what you're risking on a trade, you don't know where you're going to. You have to know where you're going to, everybody, okay? You can't know your reward unless you know your risk. Does everybody understand this on YouTube and TikTok? Do we all understand this? One more sunglasses on the board. Hello, Francisco. Mr. Day with the popular, the heartbeats. Joe Trovolito, thank you. Simon says, thank you, my beauties. Okay? A lot of you right now, you would just get in the trade and you don't know what you're risking. You're just hoping it goes up. And it goes up a little bit and you get out. You're not maximizing your profit. Okay? So let me ask you this question. If you are risking 30 cents per share, what should your reward be? You're risking 30 cents per share or contract size or anything. What is your reward? Anybody? The minimum is a 1-to-1. Okay? The market cycle will turn over every 1-to-1. All right? 1-to-1, we're turning over. 1-to-1, we're turning over. 1-to-1, we're turning over. 1-to-1, we're turning over. So that's why when a lot of you get into a trade and it's going your way, it turns over on you and you wind up losing, is because you don't know what your market cycle is. So if you're risking 30 cents, you want to go minimum 30-cent reward. You need to go for at least a 1-to-1 on your trades. Does everybody got this? Does everybody understand this? Yes, good, good, good. Very good. Mike Z with the heartbeat. Thank you, Mike Z. Appreciate you. Okay? Now, let me ask you. On this color change right here, what number on the cycle are you on? On this color change right here, right there, that candle, what cycle are you on? And the market cycle. Where are you? Anybody know? Where are you in the market cycle, my beauties? Correct, VIPers. Correct. It doesn't matter how much your account is, Joe. The account is irrelevant. How much you have in the trade is irrelevant. That's all nonsensical bullshit. You need to know your risk to reward on every trade you take. It'll be different on every trade you take. Your risk to reward can never be the same on every trade you take. That means you have no clue, everybody, what the market cycle is. None. Zero. Zilch. If I say to somebody, what is your risk to reward when you trade? If they tell me it's the same on every trade, I immediately know they have no clue about market cycle. They have no clue about state. They have no clue about, I know exactly, they don't know what they're doing. It's just one or two questions. I always tell my wife always says, when we go out to eat or we're with friends or we're meeting people and they say, oh yeah, I love trading. I ask two questions and I know immediately if they know what they're talking about or not. And then I wind up teaching them at dinner. And they're like, holy Christ, this guy's great. All right. So your risk to reward, yes, this is market cycle number 3 right here. Your risk to reward is always going to be different based on your entry. Okay? You're not always going for a 3-to-1 on my trades. I'm always risking $5K on every trade. No, you're not. Because your journal is going to look like this. It's going to be a disaster. Your equity curve is going to be a disaster. Your equity curve should look like this, folks. You see this? Your equity curve should look like this. Trending, just like that. You always have a little trend to the upside. Your equity curve shouldn't be like this. Ready? Whoop, 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 whoop. Or it shouldn't look like this. Big winner, big loser, little winner, big loser, big winner. Like if you have an equity curve that looks like this, come on. What are we doing? You need to have consistency in trading. That is what you're striving for. Consistency. Too many people are looking to go to the moon. Too many people are looking for the home run trade because you're desperate. You're never going to get the home run trade. And a lot of people also think the more trades they take throughout the day, the more money they're going to make. You are going to lose more money. For those of you that take a lot of trades, how's that been working out for you? Anyone here take 10 to 20 trades a day? I don't even want to look at that journal. I can only imagine what I'm going to find in that thing. All right? You need to take 1 to 3 trades per day. That is all the market is going to give you when you know how to trade properly. So a lot of people say 1 to 3 trades, I'll be done in 3 minutes. No. A true trader is in a trade from anywhere between 5 and 25 minutes. All right? I need to make this very clear. You must be in a trade between 5 and 25 minutes, in that range. Because when you know market cycle and you get in a trade, it's going to take that long for the trade to work your way to get your risk to reward. When you know how to enter a trade properly, there is no, I'm in, oh no. When you know when to trade on the market cycle, when you get in here, there is no more, oh no, what's going on? You are going to let your trade work. You're going to have a little bit of pullback, sure, but they're not going to be violence because you're on the right side of the market cycle. Do you understand this? Does everybody hear what I'm telling you? The reason you're having such dramatic whips in the market when you get in is because you're entering when you should be getting out, when you should be shorting. Or for some of you, you're shorting when you should be going long. You're on the opposite side always. A rookie trader is always on the wrong side of the market. And let me tell you why. We all did this. This is your market cycle. So many people are entering long to go to the upside right there. They're always entering there long. Or after consolidation, they're entering long right there. They think they're going to the moon here and here. No, this is where you're getting out. You're not going long there. Okay? Does everybody get this? Lord Fair with the goats. Thank you. We have one more sunglass on the board. Thank you, Andrew. Mark Z. Thank you so much. Yes, we're putting on a clinic right now. Folks, you must know market cycle. Market cycle for the win. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Whoop. Are we ready? Whoop, whoop. You see it? Now, the market cycle can run in many forms. You got that? Yeah, got that. There are different forms of the cycle. You must know, based on the heartbeat of the market right here, what part of the cycle you're on. And it's the same to the downside. This is the cycle to the downside for you shorters. Okay? This is the entire market cycle. Too many people are going long here, here, and here. Too many people are shorting here and here, and here and here. No, we're not shorting here. We're not going long here. All right? And a perfect example of this, you all thought you were going to the moon on Oracle. You all thought you were getting rich. Here comes Oracle with a stupid news event about cloud storage. News. You're not going long there. On the 10th of September, I was screaming, don't go long. Who remembers me screaming, don't go long there? It's pulling back. You are in the market cycle in position 3. You're not going long there, you crazy people. Look. Woof. You're not going long there. You're in position 3. Look at the state of your stock, for the love of God. Where do you think you're going? Holy schmoly. Where are you going? Because people don't know the state of their stock. All they see is news. They jump in on this train because they're gambling. This is gamblers right here. That's all it is. You see the difference now? We don't care about the news. We just want to know when it's coming out. Then we sit on our hands for 5 to 10 minutes. We let the news play out. Then we trade our setups. You are a professional setup trader. That's all you're doing. Stop worrying about the news, IPO nonsense. How could you possibly trade an IPO? I want someone in here right now to tell me, without any significant price action on the chart, how could you trade an IPO if you aren't gambling? Can someone please tell me that? You're just gambling, hoping you catch the big move. But in the end, you're going to lose. You're just going to lose. You see the difference in mentality and thinking about how to trade? The majority, the 9 out of 10 traders who don't make it, they're just gambling, everybody. They're desperate. They're hoping for a big win. That's all it is. Let me chase the IPO. Let me chase this news. No. When news comes out, we don't touch it. We let the market digest the news, and then we go back and trade our setups. Won't you make that switch of how the market works? It is unbelievable, the things you will accomplish. VIPers, am I right or am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong? No, I didn't touch Oracle. Oracle is not one of the stocks I trade. I trade the same 6 to 8 stocks, 6 to 9 stocks every day. I never veer away from these same 6 to 9. Just because Oracle is gapping up on news, I don't go over there like a sheep and chase it. Look, let me go break my trading rules. Oracle's, oh my God, I got to jump in and lose money. No, I trade the same 6 to 9 stocks. That is my family of stocks. We know each other. Setups, I don't give a damn what Oracle's doing. I don't care if Tesla's going to the moon. Nothing's going to the moon. Right? We don't care. A gambler, an amateur, is chasing around all these different stocks. What's gapping up? What's relative volume? Oh my God, low float. Let me jump around my scanners and trade. What are you doing? What are you doing? You think that's going to make you consistent? Is hopping around a scanner, trying to jump in to chase it? How's that working out for you? Really? How's that working out for you? How many of you in here can honestly say you trade the same 6 to 9 stocks every day for the last year? Put me in the chat. Good job, Only Dan. Good job, VIPers. So for those of you, it's only one person, that's a non-VIPer in here who said me, I bet you they're not doing half bad. They at least are giving themselves a fighting chance in the market by trading the same stock. Every stock has a different personality. You're not going to trade Tesla like you trade Oracle. You're not going to trade Tesla like you trade C. You're not going to trade Tesla like you trade PayPal. XOM, how many of you in here have been burned by XOM or BABA? Put me in the chat. You tried to trade XOM like you would AMD. Right? Folks, the goal of a trader, number one goal of a trader is what? What is the number one goal as a trader? I'm afraid of these answers. I am deathly afraid of these answers. What is the number one goal of a trader? Lee says make money, win a trade, take profit, money. Now, everyone that said money in here, they're losing every month. I can tell you that right now. Because The only thing as a trader you're doing is keeping your money. Risk management. If you are trying to make money, you're going to lose money. If you trade and you have your profit and loss up next to you as you're in a trade, you're losing. Because you're not trading setups, you're not trading risk to reward, you are trading emotions based off what your profit and loss says. That's basically what you're doing. You are trading off the emotion of money, profit and loss. So you're not going to win. You will never win, because anyone who trades off profit and loss and staring at it as they're in a trade will always take little winners and will always have big losers. Always, always. Isn't that amazing? Risk management is the only, you should become the best risk management trader on the planet. Every day when you are in your simulator, you are working on taking trades with smaller losses every single trade. So if you start trading in the simulator and this is your loss, the next loss is going to be that. The next loss is going to be that. The next loss is, you're looking to lose. Smaller and smaller and smaller until you can perfect the losing. Because once this gets small, we can't do anything until I get you here. I don't care who you are. You could be the smartest person on the planet. Until I can get your losses from here to there, right there, I can't do anything with you. Because there's no amount of winners that is going to take care of all those losers. It's impossible. We'll never get you profitable every month. So I have to make you an amazing loser before I can make you any type of consistent winner. Do you guys get this? You see how we've been screwing up how we think about the market? Most people treat it like a casino. Most people treat it like a racetrack, and it's going to reward you like one. Yeah, just when you think you're perfect losing, because there's no discipline. Because you're focused on money, desperate for money, Anyone who's desperate for money should not even come close to a stock market. Never. If you are desperate for money, and I mean that wholeheartedly and sincerely, everybody, don't trade, man. Don't trade. No. Okay? Stock market doesn't reward desperation. It's just going to make you dig you a bigger hole than you're already in. All right? Let's hammer some roses. What is one thing you all struggle with in the market? What is one thing you all struggle with in the market? Put it in there. Let's talk about it. The roses are on the board, everybody. Let's go. Let's go to work, my beauties. Let's go to work. Hello, my YouTubers. And YouTubers, feel free to chat in there. Okay? I watch both chats same time. Your entry. Okay, entry, losing, taking profits. Yes, those are the three things we work on. See, you guys just answered my own question. Risk in the VIP, then entry, remember? And then maximizing profits. Folks, I have this laid out because I've been through all of this already after the last 21 years. Our education system is built based on what you're going through, because I went through it. I went through it. Falling asleep during a trade. Setting stop losses. Always getting activated. Yep. So, Aminera. So you get into a trade and boom, immediately goes against you, right? Boom. Oh, because you're entering on the wrong side of the market. And in the VIP, we're going to help you and fix that, all right? You have a whole lesson on market cycle in the VIP. Most people watch that. How's that market cycle training in the VIP, everybody? All my VIPers, how's the market cycle training? Donna, so I join your VIP and we watch your, or you can be on the Tuesday. You can be live, Donna. Live. You can come on when we're live, so you can ask questions. But if you miss it, I record most of them, and then you can watch the recording whenever you want. Not all of them are recorded, but a lot of them are. Put it this way, Donna. You got 2 years worth right now of old live training recordings in there. You have enough training in the VIP for $50 a month to keep you busy for the next 3 years. And that doesn't even include the courses. Yes, we only charge $50 a month. And the only reason we raised the price is because the cloud price went up for storage. Free with the rose, Mr. Dave with the rose. Thank you. VIP is $50 a month. I bet you guys spend more on Starbucks coffee per month than you would on learning how to trade. And all the Starbucks coffee is going to do is give you poopies. Keep tapping, everybody. We are only at 45,000 likes. That is all we're at right now, guys. That's depressing. We hammer out 100, 150, 200,000 likes at a clip every time we're live. Come on, guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, because our VIP, we are looking for the everyday average person who wants to learn how to trade. Because the everyday average person doesn't think they can trade. They think they have to be the smartest person in the room. I'm the dumbest person in the room. Trading is all about a few simple things. The reason so many people fail is because they can't control themselves. They have no control over themselves. They can't keep the promises they make to themselves. So when you say, how many of you in here right now have a maximum loss per day and a maximum loss per trade rule? How many of you have these as part of your rules when you trade? Maximum loss per day, maximum loss per trade. How many of you can honestly say you have those rules? Thank you for the follows, everybody. I do, but don't always follow. See what I'm saying, everybody? You can't control yourself. So that's why traders lose. Remember this. The market cycle is always the market cycle. Once you learn the market cycle and price action, state and position that we're going to teach you, you are really going to work on yourself. You have to work on you. If you can't conquer you, it doesn't matter what I teach you. You're never going to do anything because you're always going to break your rules. You're constantly going to break rules, my beauties. It's hard. You know, the hardest thing in the world is to conquer thyself. Do you know that? Trying to keep the promises we make to ourselves is the hardest thing you will ever do in life. Do you know that? How many of you here have said they're going to start a workout program and didn't commit to it and fulfill their promise to themselves? How many of you have started a workout and quit? Raise your hand. Everyone raise your hand. Say me in the chat. Cameron James, you get in the VIP right now because I can teach you from the ground up. That means you have no ego, you don't have any bad habits yet, and we can start fresh. I don't think she's in here today, but Candy is one of our traders. She's been with us now, I think, 14 months, never traded a day in her life. Ask her how she's doing. Candy, are you in here? Sitting in the gym parking lot right now. Right. Think of all the promises you make to yourself. Today I'm going to eat clean. You don't. Today I'm not going to have Starbucks. You don't. You know what I mean? Today I'm going to drink a gallon of water. You don't. So if we can't keep the promises that we make to ourselves, we're in trouble. We're going to be nice to people all the time. At least do that, everybody, okay? At least do that. Good job, user. 38 years straight. Nice. Now, that is discipline. I like that. I like that. Yeah, Candy's always in here. I don't know if she's in here today. But you could talk to her in the VIP, Cameron, and she'll tell you anything you want to know. Miserable. That's great, user. You probably feel great, man. Miserable. 38 years straight. That's commitment. Let me tell you. That is some commitment. All right. All right, let's do it. AMD for tomorrow. Let's mark these out. Are we ready? Put these levels in, everybody. Here we go. AMD, you are in a narrow state tomorrow on AMD. 159 up, 157.88 down. All right, you got to get over the whip zone. To the downside, under 157.88, you have the 200 on the 5-minute underneath you. That is support. Mark that down. 157.62, okay? That is support. Underneath that support, you will have support at 156.54. That will be your next level of support. I'm going to mark these out for you right now, okay? So you can see these clear. And then, of course, boom, we're going to pull this out to the execution time frame. Keep tapping, everybody. We are at 52,000 likes. We got a lot of roses on the board. Let's go. Let's go. Above 157.88, you will have room up to 159 on AMD. Mark that down. You want to get under 157.60, and then you'll have room down to 156.50 on AMD tomorrow. Mark those levels down, my beauties. Okay? Cameron, you're going to head over just to the link in my bio, thevosstrading.com. Just go to the link in my bio, or just type in www.thevosstrading.com. Okay? Let's go over to Tesla. It's just a small town girl. Living in a lonely world. All right. Tesla to the moon. Above 396.60, you have room up to 406. First stop, 406 on Tesla. Above 406 with a retest, you'll have room up to 420 here on Tesla. Under 390.65, you will have room down to 371.45 on Tesla. Mark those levels down. Let's go over to Nvidia. Let's go. Tap, 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 tap. Whip zones are in place, my beauties. Whip zones are in place. Boom, boom. I see you in the smoky room. Smell of rotten cheap perfume. Nvidia above 178. Got to get over the whole number. You will have room up to 178.62 on Nvidia. Under 177.40, you will have room down to 176. Mark those down. What's up, Taco Poppy? How are you? Royce and Q. Sweet lights. People. And Q, you are in a narrow state. Looks good. Let's mark these beauties out. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go on NQ. Above 24,117, you got room up to 24,143 and then 24,160. Okay? Under 24,087, get under the whole number. You will have room back down to 24,055.50 on NQ. Mark these levels down, my beauties. Sandra with the rose. Journey. PLTR. Don't forget, we are on every day, Monday through Sunday. All right, so hold on. Before we do anything with PLTR, what is the problem tomorrow as soon as you pull this chart up on PLTR? What is immediately the problem here with PLTR? Does anybody know? You're in a neutral state. You're starting to get wide. So anything to the upside is poopy. If you try to go long on PLTR, you're going to get one of these. Are we ready, everybody? Are we ready? Where is it? I don't see it. There it is. Ready? You're going to do one of those in your pants if you try to go long on PLTR because of the state. So here's what's going to happen. The novice gap. If we gap up tomorrow morning on PLTR, the novices are going to take that long and ruin their accounts because you're going to get a big pullback. I'm going to tell you that right now. Do we understand this? Do we understand this, my beautiful traders? Marcus, thank you for the rosa. Guys, finish those roses off. Well, how do you know that, Voss? Just by the state of our stock. That's why it's so important. Come on! You got to know the state of your stock, everybody. Oh my God, it gapped up. I'm going to go chase this now. Here we go. No. It's not going long. It's not going up. Okay? On PLTR. This is going to be choppy tomorrow because you can't go short on it either. Because you will be in a bull neutral state in a bear position. You can't go. You're not going to go anywhere to the downside. Not until you get back to narrow. Market cycle, everybody. We are at 60,000 likes. All right? This is important, folks, or you're going to keep losing in the market all the time. And we don't want you to lose. We want to help you guys. I know what it feels like to be terrible at this, let me tell you. You think you're never going to get it. Never. But then you see other people having success, and you're like, what the hell? The VossTrading.com. We will help you. We can't guarantee your success, but we're going to help give you the blueprint on how to trade properly. And then if you can control yourself, you should be doing okay. All right? The VossTrading.com, my beautiful traders. JDM, Tash, Simon says, roll call, a figure, Lido, Rocha, Andrew, Sue, Rob. Finish off those roses, my beautiful traders. Sandra, Josephina, Jessica, Marcus, Three Bez, Tana, Andrew, 8-figure, Michelangelo, Josephina, Joel, Mr. Dave, Andrew the Believer, thank you so much. Max Z, Lord, thank you. TheHair.com, there she is, free. Thank you so much. Hey, Joey, thank you. Appreciate all those donations, everybody. Help Josephina out. Help Josephina out. You're welcome, Taco Poppy. Folks, I created the VIP to help you. I really, truly want to help as many people as I can, and I hope I'm doing that. The day I feel that I'm not helping anybody, I will immediately stop doing this. Michelangelo with the rose. Josephina and Lord, thank you so much. Appreciate you, Lord. All right? You guys can do this. Everyone can trade. But you got to listen to what we're telling you and teaching you. All right? You got to put blinders on and just listen and have discipline and keep promises. Will you succeed? I don't know. I wish I could guarantee that. I can't because everyone's different. All right? Everyone's different. Any other questions? Put them in the chat. Appreciate you, Lord. Thank you. What other questions do we have, my beautiful traders? I'd love to answer them for you. I know right now, if you're a trader and you're having a rough time of it right now, keep fighting. Keep fighting. If you don't join us, join some education platform out there. Okay? It doesn't have to be us. It doesn't have to be us. You could join whoever you want. But learn. Really get to learn the market. And this takes time. You become a better trader by trading, not reading books and all of that nonsense. Trade. And you all must be in simulators. You must be in simulators. Please don't use your hard-earned money until you have the fundamentals and you have proven to yourself you can trade in a simulator and be consistently profitable in the simulator. I know everyone wants to make money right now, but learn how to do it or you're just going to lose money. Okay? All right? Let us help you. Let us help you. I love you all so much. We'll be back on tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to put all the whip zones in for anything you want. Futures, Forex, equities, whatever you want, we're on every morning for you. Make sure you hit that follow button. We will give you levels. It's not educational, trading, or investment advice. It is for education purposes only. You must trade at your own risk. In the end, you make each and every decision. Oh, yeah, Marwin, yeah. It doesn't matter what you trade. Soxel, TSLL instead of Tesla. It doesn't matter what you are trading, okay? The market cycle is for every market. All right, listen to me. The instrument is irrelevant. Market cycle is market cycle. Crypto, Forex, it doesn't matter. I promise you. All right, my beauties, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Tap, 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 tap.